it's time for our special guest. Billboard magazine says she's alternative's next big voice, and Rolling Stone declared she's an artist you need to know. Please give a warm Bill Brunch welcome to the incredible singer-songwriter Bishop Briggs.
Thank you. Going. Hi. How are you? Hi. How are you? Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, I was just dying. You guys, like we were all like shaking backstage, just like laughing so hard.
What is your animal?
Oh
Do you like cats or dogs?
I love cats, but I know, like there was a lot of things you were saying that like me and my sister were just like, that's us. Like the minute that like advertisement came up, my sister said that she quit. Like she quit working.
Oh, you think you're done?
She literally quit in front of me.
Nice.
I didn't realize it was that easy to leave.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
for 55 cats on an island, I guess so.
Exactly.
If she doesn't get that job, I feel like Shannon could hook your sister up though with some cats.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
can't believe your background. That's insane.
Oh my God, that's such a nice way to put it, my background. People are usually like, I can't believe your mental illness. And I'm like, thanks a lot, guys.
That is beautifully said.
Yes. Yes.
But we're not here to talk about cats, though. You
Sadly.
have a new single coming out this Friday,
Yes.
Baby.
Yeah.
You have a tour coming up.
Yeah. Yes, I'm really excited. I mean, this is one of those songs that is very direct, and I feel like sometimes it's easy to hide behind your own metaphors and poetry, and I like to really lean into dark lyrics. And with this, it was one of those songs that was written, and I was like, oh, this is so funny, like, I'm not gonna release this. And it's about kind of like a more intimate side of my life, and I mean, like the whole hook is, yeah, he's fucking crazy, but he's still my baby. Doesn't matter because he's so damn good in bed. And so when I first showed my parents, I showed them over Skype, and they are these very, very sweet Scottish people.
Right.
And so I didn't think about it until the chorus came, when like those parts of it came in.
Yeah.
And I definitely was bright red.
Yeah.
I was like looking down at the ground. I didn't know how to handle it. But I'm really excited. It feels exciting to release something that kind of scares me. But that's just because of, I think, like the Scottish upbringing and like Catholic guilt.
It's Catholic guilt. Oh, it's real.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
so real.
That is so real.
And so, yeah, but I feel like as a woman, I'm like, this is what I talk about with my girlfriends. It's like all the time. And so it feels very liberating to be releasing something that's, you know, kind of more sexually forward and basically, you know, having confidence with it, despite the Catholic guilt
Right. Yeah.
that is embedded in my soul.
That's awesome. Do you feel that that level of openness, like with this single, is a step away or from music you've done previously? Like, because you say you're particularly nervous about this, like that being that real.
Well, I have other songs, like I have this song called River that has a lot of implications.
Which is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna
really?
say we all know River.
Yeah.
We all know River.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm so happy to hear that. That's insane. Cool. But there are a lot of things that are implied with River, where like it could be about something sexual, but I could always be like, it's about a river. But with this, it feels a lot more direct.
Right.
So I feel like there are things that I have released that have felt vulnerable, of course, but there probably hasn't been something that I have spoken maybe as like directly with like girlfriends over wine type of thing. I mean, some of the more depressing things for sure, of course, but definitely not like my sex life. I definitely haven't really put that out there. It's more about like vulnerability.
Right.
But I guess this is another form of it.
And what's your process like? Like, how long does it take to write a song and kind of create?
It depends. I mean, with Baby in particular, every time I say Baby, I want to be like,
Baby.
Baby.
Yeah, I love that shirt.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
It's
much.
our
The
new
font is
merch.
great.
It's our new
I'm
merch.
gonna get it.
Oh my God, I'll give you some. But with this particular song, it was a very, I think because the minute it started, I kind of took away the pressure of it ever being released because of the content of it. So it just kind of flowed. I mean, I'm someone that like, I always am writing on my phone on like the notes app of anything that happens or any kind of like trigger words that I think could be used in a song. So I'm always trying to keep it on and keep it fresh, for sure.
I read that you realized that you wanted to be a singer when you were at a karaoke bar in Tokyo.
Yeah.
What? was the song you were singing karaoke?
It was, okay, well, first of all, it was my dad singing Frank Sinatra, which
Okay.
to this day,
Cool.
seriously, he's really good. And I
Yeah.
know, like, you know, people are very biased about their appearance, I'm sure.
Well, we'll have him on.
Well, how-
Yeah, perfect. He better not outshine me. Yeah, he was the one that I saw, and then I went up and I just did like a little small song, "Greatest Love of All" by
Of course.
Whitney Houston.
Oh, just a
Oh, little
easy
small song.
Yes. But can I make it clear though, just to everyone here
Yeah.
as well, like I get when you like hear that, you're like, oh, she was a mini Christina Aguilera. I wasn't at all. It literally sounded as you would think it would sound
Right.
when a 4-year-old sings or like a 5-year-old sings. So it was not good at all.
Right.
Very, very bad. And I actually, for some reason, couldn't let it go. So I sang it every year.
Love it.
Every
Dedication.
year. Yeah. For I think it was 5 years. I continued singing,
By
continued
the time
trying to get that
when
note.
you say I believe children in the future, like, oh my God, I got this kid off. They're like, ooh.
Totally. So that was definitely my first experience, and I really never let it go.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you go from that to write-ups in Rolling Stone and Billboard. So
Yeah.
what does that feel like now that you're sort of like coming into your own and making a name for yourself?
Oh my gosh, well, I loved your introduction. I loved, like, that's so insane. And I don't know, I mean, it's kind of like, what is it, imposter syndrome, you know, where
yeah.
you're like, where you see it.
It's real.
Yes, where
got it.
you have it too. Where you see it and you're so excited and you're so thankful for it, but it's almost like you're so thankful for it that you can't fathom that it's actually you. So like I have to pretend that it's like, well, that is part of it, but it's,
Yeah.
so it's a kind of a weird, I mean, I'm talking to my therapist about it, like, to say that. But yeah, still wrapping my head around it, but forever thankful.
Totally.
Forever, yeah.
And you're not just huge with your fans though. Like you just did Lollapalooza and Coachella this summer, and I feel like every band was like talking about you also. And like you have Pink is a huge fan. She covered your song River. I mean, you
That's
must
huge.
be feeling the love right now just from everyone.
It's been so surreal, and I think someone like Pink inspires me so much because, again, she's someone that, you know, you don't even see a gender. You just see talent and you see power, and I think we're so quick to kind of like put people in the same category because of their gender or because of their race, and it really bothers me. And I think sometimes with the music industry that can happen without even people realizing it. Like even if they're just like excited, but they're looping you in with someone that you're actually nothing like. So someone like Pink doing that, I mean, I didn't know how to handle it. I mean, I feel like all I'm talking about is my family, but let's be real, they're my only friends. But my sister was the one that first showed that to me, and I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
And I think we have the Pink tweet. But it's such a huge, like, I mean, it's so amazing when, like, you know, your actual peers are out there promoting you, and like, this is so
Mine
great.
and
My
my
daughter's favorite.
Oh my God, I cried.
It's so cool.
Our whole said, "You are a force, and I love to hear your power." Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
That is so great.
She's
Yeah.
awesome.
Like,
Who are
the
some
crying
other
emoji with
artists
me.
that you really love?
Who else do
inspire
I love?
you?
I mean, I love Alabama Shakes.
Oh God,
So much.
she's so.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's insane and it's madness.
And it's power. It's
Yes.
that same like
Totally. And I think kind of these past couple of years, I've been really into Alabama Shakes and Hozier were kind of like the first. And then in terms of like who I grew up with, it was all like Etta James, Otis Redding, Aretha Franklin, and then it went into land of Janis Joplin. And that's when I really felt like I found myself because there wasn't that perfectionism that I think innately, maybe society-wise, I've been kind of conditioned to lean towards that perfectionism. So the minute that I kind of started feeling as though I was coming into my own, I really, really tried to leave that at the side and just be raw and be real because my idols are all of those things.
It's funny, you can hear a little bit of each of that too in you.
Really?
Yeah, you can.
Oh my God.
That's why I always love that question because it's just like, again, your voice is so strong and it's powerful and like the driving, like all of that sort of is a perfect mix.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
You guest mentored on American Idol.
Yes.
Which is so cool that you've come to be now in a position where you get to talk to young performers, young songwriters and musicians. And can you tell us a little about that experience and working on that show?
I definitely gave them zero advice. I was not helpful at all. And actually right before I went on stage with one of the artists, his name is Trevor, And right before we went on, I looked at him and I was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I'm literally shaking. And he looked at me like, are you serious? And I was like, grab my hand, like you won't believe how much it's shaking. And he was like, oh my God, this is who is mentoring me. Yeah, and then the other artist, his name is Cade. And when we were rehearsing, apparently, okay, it's not apparently, it's true, but I messed up during our rehearsal that they like filmed. Like they were like, wow, this is gonna be an incredible rehearsal. And like I came in at the wrong time and he was like, it's okay, like it takes a while to, you know, get to know the song. I was like, it's my song. Like, I should know it. So anyways, I don't want to say I was a mess, okay? But
You were allegedly a mess.
Yeah, allegedly, like word around town is that I was. No, but it was an insane experience. And I did get asked, like, you know, is there any advice and all this stuff? And kind of the main thing that I told them, I really want to make clear, I did not have any advice for like performance tips or any of that, because there is something that it doesn't make sense in my brain to be critiquing soul. You know, I think there's something very pure about creativity and art. So I didn't really have any commentary on that, but I just basically said like, don't get caught up in it and remain true to yourself, because ultimately you can't lose then. Right. You know, it's like then no matter if you have a bad day, which is inevitable, you'll be like, at least I was myself, you know, and at least I can look myself in the mirror and be proud of what I did, even if it didn't get the response that I was hoping for. Because just the same as beauty, creativity, art, work, it's so subjective. Right. So it's like you're not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. But there is something liberating about that, I think, the minute that you fully accept it.
I feel like I want you to be my life mentor.
Oh my God.
Like you are like, yeah, more than like, this is more than an interview with like a musician. You're like a soul doctor. Yeah. Don't you hear the things she's saying?
Yeah.
No, you're being so real. It's really, it's amazing.
You call your album Soul Doctor?
I know, well, I want to put that in my bio. I'm like also known as a soul doctor.
Soul doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's it's so great.
It's beautiful too, because it's like you could see you're embodying that. Like sometimes people say things and they're like, this is my advice, and you're like, okay, person, but I can see that you are literally being yourself and like just shining your inner light, and I think that's why we're all touched.
Oh, thank you. And when I have to say, when I was watching you guys, I did love how real you were, and can I just say, loved that you were going on your rant about cats while having this. Yeah. I mean, it just like, there was like...
She's living her truth.
We're living your truth.
We're very on brand.
Yeah, very on brand. Yeah, living your truth.
Yeah.
No, but I think there is something about transparency that it's like, that's why we were all dying backstage, like listening to you guys, because like I loved you talking about like, God forbid the woman has a job and a successful relationship. And like, it didn't show you guys laughing at that. It just showed, you know, it's like, but it's just this thing where it's like, yes, like that should be something that is like crazy, that like, that isn't a thing that is okay. You know, like that men and women, they can both work and have a relationship, and the woman can be powerful and strong and everything, and it doesn't affect anything. But anyways, so I am very, very happy to be here. Yeah.
And listen to Baby. It comes out Friday.
Bishop, thank you so much for coming here. It's so cool. It's so great to meet you.
Thank you.
And everyone, make sure to listen to her new single, Baby. It's coming out this Friday. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same table.